Hello and good morning. All right, so I own CrossFit Garage. I am Andy McCann, and I've been doing this since 2008. And I've really been diving deep into the Wodify tools. And man, if you're a gym owner and you're not using this stuff, then you're dumb. So I assume there's other systems out there that do something similar, but these guys are crushing it. If you're looking for a software and you need help, let me know. If you already use Wodify, let me know. Happy to help. They have a huge support team. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post this to the Southeast Wodify owners group, as well as I'm going to give it to Reagan and she can post it if she wants to. But okay, so here's what I'm doing on their workflow. So they've got this new thing right here, automation. And you're like, automation? What am I doing? Like, what are you automating? A lot of things, okay? So if you're not a computer programmer, or at least okay with going through menu structures, it may be daunting. The cool part is you can email them and they will do everything for you. So Wodify is super cool. I was working with, was it Joshua? And then of course, Steve. Steve crushes this stuff. So I also had my son, Evan, who's a computer science major. He's a junior now. So last year he was a sophomore and he went through all of this and set it up for me. He's like, yeah, Dad, this is pretty easy. I admit that it's not too bad for me, but it could be if you are not used to like jumping into computer stuff. So let me show you what it's doing and why I'm using it. All right, a little coffee break there. The miracle of the pause button. So under automation, you have this workflow builder. You do not have to build anything. They've already got everything out there. You would want to jump down into their bundles, and let me drop all these things. Okay, so I've got this bundle here. So my bundles are the ones I'm using. The recipes are the things that are actually running. And so I'm just gonna show you it and you're gonna be like, what is that? So it shows me under this recipe for attendance milestones that it's active. So at CrossFit Garage, 100 classes attended, I'm going to request a review. Hey, how are you liking the gym? At 1,000 classes, I'm gonna request a testimonial. That takes a long time to get. There's a 500 one. I got these from the best hour of their day. I set these up. It'd be cool if Two Brain Business had these too. I don't know. They don't have them yet. But anyway, so you can see all these workflows happening. You're like, Andy, are you doing anything for that? No, they're doing it on my own. So there's just a whole lot of functional fitness stuff or martial arts or just basic fitness that they're going to track and text, in-app chat, or email to your members to keep the conversation going. Now, I had asked Steve, I was like, it'd be cool if there was a dashboard, and there is, to see some of this stuff. I also asked him it would be neat to see how much money this system has made me. I can't say that they'll retain a person because if they don't leave, they don't leave. But if a lead comes back due to an automation or an old member quit that then comes back because of this automation, I can say it's definitely because of the automation, right? There's a client nurture. I get all these running. There's also lead nurture. I got a bunch of things running. They have Wodify bundles. So I already put those. I kind of did some editing. You don't need to do that. But they've got their own bundles that you can see here. This is really what I want to show you. There is stuff going on in the background. You're like, well, how much and how often? A lot. And I'm going to get there. Let me just jump right to it. So right down here, there's this enrollment page. I think they should maybe call it dashboard, or they should call it junk we're doing for you. I don't know. Click on that guy. I just started a whole bunch of these last week, so they're like just getting going. So you have to have somebody trip into it in order for it to work. So of course, like in the last 7 days, I don't have anybody who hit 150 appointments. That would be unusual for that to happen right away. So anyway, one that I've been having running for a very long time is this long-term nurture for leads. Is a 300-day lead nurture process. They have sent out, so active, I've got 1,200 people that are active in this lead nurture, and 14 people have completed the 300 days. So I've had this one running for more than 300 days. And that would make sense because I had Evan set it up like a summer ago. You can see several of these. So there's a Reconnect 12-month series. So 90, those are old members that have gone through it. 21 have finished. And you can see a bunch of them are running. So they're up and going. They're not doing much because nobody's finished them, right? If I drill down into it, let me pause you and see what's happened. I can't show people's names and addresses and stuff, or I get banned. Okay, sometimes when I post this on YouTube or Facebook and they see other people's names, I don't know if it's like the addresses that trip it or something, but I'm not going to show it to you. You have to just believe me on this. So when I click this guy, it pulls up a window over here on the right side. Cool thing is it says how many people have entered into this workflow, this automation in the last 7 days, and it gives you a number. So you're seeing real time this system do work for me that I don't have to do anymore. Another thing that he just set up, so Steve set this up. I'm on a trial basis with it, but it was in his head and it was in my head. And of course, we got together with our brains and he's like, hey, I'm already doing it. And I'm like, well, I was thinking about it. So one thing that I had my customer service manager and general manager doing was reaching out to members as they didn't come to class for 4 days or more in a row. I don't like doing that. And instead, what I do is reach out to people when they hit PRs and when they hit membership attendance milestones and stuff, which actually there's a workflow for streaks. So it tells them keep up your streak or you're about to lose your streak or whatever. So it's great. It's motivation. It gamifies this thing. Anyway, I don't like doing the 4-day miss email. Or text. It's not my fave. The automation can do it. Now, what you don't want is, hey, you missed a class. Hey, you missed a class. Hey, you missed a class. Hey, when are you coming back? Hey, when are you coming back? It's the same text or in-app chat or email every time. That's just dumb. So what he set up, these guys are just so creative. He said, all right, here's what we can do. We went back to this builder. There is the, I don't know where it is, but it says, oh, there's it right there. Well, that's a no-show trial class. So where would it be? Probably client nurture. Yeah, it's right there. So missed 4 days in a row, and it's got some other hook-ins. So I did need him to help me out a little bit with this, and they do. So it's part of what you buy when you buy a shop as awesome as Wodify. Anyway, or as awesome, yes, but technically savvy as Wodify. So anyway, you go here and you do this lookup table. So I created 10 messages that I would typically send my customers, right? So like the number one of them, or number one down here says, remember the number one rule, see you soon. The number one rule, we talk about it all the time, is show up. The number two rule is don't do anything stupid today that'll prevent you from showing up tomorrow. So they know the number one rule. Then the next one is, so it starts off with like, hey, Andy, comma. That's what they all start off with. So this says, hey, Andy, comma, get yourself back in here. And that's how I speak. This is what I would say. Now, I'll tell you, I cheated. I said, ChatGPT, write me up 100 different get back into the gym, funny Andy style. And it did. So I took 10 of them and put them in here. And then I'll rotate them in 5 months and I'll put 10 more in here. This is pretty easy. You just click on the edit button and put something else in there. Guys, this stuff is fantastic. And what I would love to see that Steve and I talked about is right here. This is cool to see. It's doing work for me. I would love to see a number like, hey, I sent out this many emails, maybe just in totality, this many emails since you started this, or this week or this month or something, this many texts, this many in-app chats. I've sent these out. This is work I didn't do. There could be an applier to that to say, well, for me to send out an email maybe takes 5 minutes. To me to send out a text is, 30 seconds. So if it's doing those, could there be a multiplier to say, well, that's how much time it saved me. Now, the other thing I'd love to see is if in here anywhere, and they can because it's their software, they can track, hey, this lead jumped in and it was because of this. They clicked on a buy option, or this old member came back and it was because of that email. Now, I suppose you could say maybe it wasn't because of that. Maybe I was calling them or something, but I think I would be okay with the averages. So probably it's going to be right most of the time. Sometimes it may be off, but it's close enough. I would love to see that dollar figure, like what did this tool earn me? And this is not only saving me time so I can do other stuff to earn more money, but it's definitely earning me money. So I'm earning money in 2 different ways. Guys, if you're not using the automated features, you're missing out. This stuff is awesome.